Hey, what's up, peoples? So, after just watching the combat cast here, I seen Goro again, and I have my thoughts about this new Goro. Now, let me just say, make no mistake, Goro with armor is, if it's done right, could be a good thing. It's just weird to see because the color. Excuse me, I had to yawn. The color schemes have to be right. I don't know. I guess it could be a good thing, but it's not just about the armor. Uh, that makes me think the way that I think about this new Goro. We'll get into that though. Even with the redesign of Goro, uh, they showed him in a comeback cast along with Geras. Geras is a pretty big dude, but so is Goro, and I would argue that Goro is supposed to be a little bigger. But we'll, like I said, we'll get into that. Let's look at our first design of Goro. What we have to go off of. This character towered above everybody that you played. Like when I mean tower, I mean towered over everybody that you played with against him. This is what we have to go off of. This is the standard set. This is the nightmare fuel for a lot of people. Okay. Yet, I really like it, but it's nostalgic to say the least. I won't be including the Deception Goro with all the armor or the Armageddon Goro, who is just this Goro with the little newer designs with the gold on them, the gold arms, or excuse me, Shalamon's Goro has the same thing. It's just not gold; it's silver. So I won't be including any of those Goros. Uh, the next designer Goro that we see after the claymation Goro here, which I really like for the first time of us seeing Goro. He was big, it's clunky. Of course, that's all they had to work with, so they couldn't give him any more depth. And it was good. It was good for what we got. Okay, this is the next time we see Goro, Mortal Kombat movie. Oh my gosh, this motherfucker was living and breathing. He had personality. When he was talking that fucking Kano was talking about something, something, something back home. And fucking Goro came, knocked the fucking cup over in his lap. He was, how lucky for them back home. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Kevin Michael Richardson. I even need to introduce this Goro? More nightmare fuel for the people who are younger and they seen this movie. You know, this Goro was fucking knocking people down left or right. He had the personality. It was kind of goofy how he died, but of course he didn't just die to getting beat up. Johnny Cage had to throw him off a cliff. I cannot say, I can't even describe how, like, when I watch that movie over and over again, no matter how much the movie looks, shows shows its age, Goro. And by the way, let me say this. You can see the yin yang belt right here. It's right here. Yin yang belt right here. The red is a little brown here. It's a red sash right here, but it's a little brownish right here. They added the shackles on this arm. But let me just go ahead and add that this right here is, it's a real 100%. It's no CGI. This is the living, or not living. This is a, I said living. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. This is a walking contraption. This, or it was. Now it's in bits and pieces, and you can buy it for different amounts of money and buy the part. And I'm guessing somebody one day will buy all the parts and recreate it. Hopefully it'll be me. If I ever make that amount of money, I will happily sit there and recreate this Goro's model. if I can get all the old pieces and get them redone, I would do that. This right here in itself is, or maybe I'd get a wax statue. This is almost perfection for me. Now Goro, you can argue that Goro should be bulkier, but I don't think you understand. This thing is real fucking tall. A long torso, yeah. But it didn't skip leg day like the last Goro. It looks fucking juiced, but the torso makes it look skinnier than what it was. This is a very good Goro, and very mesmerizing. People can look at this Goro and say that this is their first time seeing Goro, and he looks menacing. And he also, like I said, very memorable character, and the dialogue, the delivery. Kevin Michael Richardson came back in Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge to play Goro's voice again, and he was menacing in that. He had a particular design. It wasn't this design, but for me it was I'll get to that design in a minute, because I have a lot of good to say about that design. But anyways, let's go from this Goro to this Goro, which is basically our first time seeing 3D model Goro. Now this Goro was a 3D model, but eliminated on a 2D plane. And also this is a redesign. This is where we first see Goro with red eyes. If you cannot tell, his eyes are red. First time we see Goro with the straps around his ankles and shit, the wraps. First time we see Goro with shackles on his arms, which, like I said, they carry all the way over from Mortal Kombat 4. It's the same design, yellow Goro, same silver ponytail holder, just the shackles on the wrist. No sash this time like this Goro, but you know, this design carried all the way over, if you don't count armored Goro, which I don't count in that game. Carried all the way over to Armageddon through Shallow Monks, or excuse me, 4 through Armageddon, and it was even in Shallow Monks, is what I meant to say. But yeah, it's pretty good design of Goro. It's original. They just make him more bulkier. His face looks different. But to be honest, this is a very good Goro. He's not too bulky. It reminds me of this Goro, which is pretty bulky, but not too bulky. Very tall. It's what I think of Goro. This Goro is also very tall compared to the in-game models. All three of these have the same thing in common. Very tall. This Goro right here, it fell flat. This is Mortal Kombat 9 Goro. He fell flat. He has the red eyes. He looks like Goro, but the one shoulder strap, it makes no sense. The only reason I included this Goro was because he doesn't have too much armor, but the armor on his fucking shoulder here, it's fucking stupid. The gauntlets are here. I like Goro's skin. He's supposed to be a yellowish color, but if he's not a yellowish color, it doesn't make a difference as long as the design is good, as we can see here. So yeah, I mean, it's Goro, but it's not And don't get me started on his story. We won't talk about his story. Matter of fact, we'll leave out of. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about Goro's story a little later. But as of right now, I want to leave the stories out of it because Goro has been through injustice in all these fucking games. Whoa, what the fuck does that say? Okay, please, everybody ignore this bottom part. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with people? Would you do what? How do I get rid of that? Can I not? All right, we just gonna. Do they got a checkbox? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, he could definitely use a redesign in this game, Mortal Kombat 9. This was not the best design for him, to me. In fact, he still wears the black underwear. You know, nothing much has changed. He has a sash, which is cool. I guess it's more representative of Shao Kahn, but if you show Shao Kahn, he's not wearing very much red. He's not showing much red, so it looks like this belt is made because of Shokun's. You know, he got the legs. I want to say this is the reason why the head and 4 arms on it. I want to say that's the reason why it looks like that. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't want to spend too much time on this Goro though, because there is more to see from Goro. And in my opinion, the next Goro we are about to see is the best Goro has ever looked. This is MKX Goro. The face could be a little better, but it's just, it reminds me of this Goro with a smaller chin. Can y'all see the similarities? Now he was big. The torso wasn't too extended. He was bulky, but he was tall. There's actually a statue of Goro where I would like him to look. He looks just like Mortal Kombat. Like I said, Scorpion's Revenge Goro. He looked very good in that cartoon. But let me show y'all this Goro statue. Not Storm collectible. Okay, I still gotta keep typing. I'm sorry, y'all. Alright. Open new tab. Okay, buddy. It's alright. Let's just go to images here. I just need a very clear look at this statue. Now he looks huge, but in Mortal Kombat X, like I said before, he towered over everybody else. Put this down here because this is synonymous with this. It's the same Goro. Very much the same Goro. Both Goros are bulky. This is just, it's in game, but somebody as you can see, they revamped it. They did some stuff to it, made it bigger. They actually modeled it, and they upscaled it. They did all of these things for this model of Goro, and you can see why a lot of people love it. It's tribal. You see the necklace around Goro's neck. It's like the Shokuns are a tribal race. I like the fur. It shows that they actually, before meeting Shao Kahn, maybe they hunted for different types of animal meats that might be in Outworld. They actually make their own shit. They probably have spears. They probably have weapons. Sash made out of different types of materials. it just speaks warrior. I don't know what else to say about this Goro that y'all can't already get. It speaks warrior, man. This is why this design is my favorite Goro. This statue, I've been wanting to get this statue for so long. It's the exact same design, except it's bulkier. It's bigger. It's like, it's Goro. Alright. This statue is very expensive. I probably won't be able to get it anytime soon, but you know what? It's just fun to look at. So yeah, MKX Goro is the design. It's the peak of the design. It even carries over into, if you didn't know, the dead Goro in Mortal Kombat 11. It's this Goro. So it carries over, very much so. Now, like I said, I don't want to get into story details because they could have done Goro a lot better, man. No yin yang symbol here, but it's some type of shit. I don't know what all these extra emblems are on his costume. The yin yang symbol would have been nice, but you know, after a while, it's okay as long as the emblems have some type of meaning on them. I don't know what these mean, but these could just be a stylistic choice. I know for a fact that this has to mean something. I just can't see it. I can't make out what it could be. Even here, I can't make out what this could be. Bothersome in a way, but you know, forget about it. I'm willing to let this slide because this design of Goro is so amazing to me. Now, we don't have much time. We're 17 minutes in. This next design of Goro we are going to see is it's not bad. Like I said, I will try not to talk about the story, because if we are rating these Goros by the stories, this Goro will be at 1 out of 10, a 0.5 out of 10. But the design is pretty fucking cool. We have Mortal Kombat 2021 movie Goro. Please get that arm out of here. Let's zoom in. Can we zoom in some more? Yes, we can. This Goro has the Mortal Kombat. Okay, so look at the belt. It has a Shokin symbol. The arms, y'all see the arms? Under these two arms with the legs, that looks like some type of Shokin symbol on his belt. This is carried over from this Goro. What? From this Goro. I like this. It's not the yin yang, but I actually like this. It just looks kind of, you know, looks a little weird on this Goro. It's new though. This symbol, because they were like, well, we don't know what the fuck this is on MKX Goro, so let's add that symbol. Also, he had shoulder pads, but what do you see under the shoulder pads? Fur. This Goro has been through a lot, is what you can see, or what you can infer by seeing that. Or what you would see, at least, if you know, he didn't fucking suck story wise. You see the fur around him? What does that remind you of? Huh? MKX Goro. They redesigned. Oh my gosh. It looks like MKX Goro. And this is MKX Goro, by the way. MKX Goro mixed with MK9 Goro, because he's yellow. Or you could just say Goro in general, because Goro has always been yellow. He has a bit of an orc face, but for movie purposes, I'm okay with that. He looked bulky. He was big. He was knocking shit down. No way in hell this little bitch over here he shouldn't have been able to do it alone. I'm sorry, I can't contain my rage. He looked so good, but they fucked him up so bad. Oh my gosh, I wanna cry. Fuck this shit, bro. He should have tore his little ass up, bro. He should have been. Look, we should have seen Cole Young inside out. He should have turned Cole Young literally into meat. But, you know, it is what it is. The design is pretty good. Why am I talking about Goro? Well, it's because we've seen them in a few instances. One time in the Ungadi trailer. But more notably, and more, we've seen his moves and the combat cast that happened today. But it's the same Goro. This is the same Goro. Cool armor. His head looks bigger, I guess. I don't know. But this Goro, he's big, but he's not that big. Okay? He's the same height as Geras. Geras is a pretty huge guy. How come Goro can't just be a little bit more of a huge guy? It looks like Geras can take Goro, which he probably could. But the cool thing about that would be if Goro was a little bit bigger and Geras takes him on with no problem. Because he's a smaller guy. I don't know. It's just his head is the biggest thing on his body right now. A more defined chin. He kind of looks like this Goro right here. Oh my gosh, I deleted the tab. Mortal Kombat 9's Goro in the face. It's a step up from how he used to look before they redesigned him. But look at this arm, big ass arm, small ass arm. Smallest arms at the bottom. The Reiko armor or the Shao Kahn armor or whatever, or excuse me, General Shao army. It's cool. It's not too bad. But compared to all the other designs of the Goros that we just got, even this one right here, or maybe even like these right here, because this Goro is nothing but Mortal Kombat 1 Goro with a little extra features. This Goro has nothing on these Goros, especially my favorite, Mortal Kombat X Goro. Has nothing on that. This Goro didn't even have all the X features. It had different stuff from different parts of Goro. But it was an amazing Goro design, everybody. Even the shoulder pads on them looked like they weren't gonna protect Goro from much. He just looks like he's super fucking tough, which made his death so fucking disappointing. The way he died was so stupid. Somebody already called it, and I didn't want to believe it. Somebody's channel was like, oh, Cole Young or Cole Turner is going to kill Goro, and it's going to suck, and I was like, man, bro, nah, they going to make Goro better. They can't kill Goro. Maybe they're going to have Liu Kang help and somebody help. If he dies, it's going to be an honorable death. He has one line in the movie. Other people want to talk about this, I will. MK movie Goro sucked, and they should never bring a character like this back unless they have they have the mindset to do him actual justice, make him an actual threat. Cole Young's family was in danger. He still couldn't 1v1 Sub-Zero. I just can't see Sub-Zero beating Goro. Anyways, this is our new Goro. He looks like he's lacking on vitamins compared to this Goro. Especially this Goro. This Goro doesn't even stand up to this Goro. And they can make him bigger. He doesn't need to have human proportions because he's not a human, NetherRealm. Stop taking the easy way out. You put Motaro in the game, who is also not a human. Stop taking the easy route. This Goro right here is, in fact, puny compared to everybody else. It looks like Geras with extra arms without the face. Geras could definitely body him with no problem. But I have a very, very hard time believing that Geras would easily solo this Goro right here. He looks experienced. He looks dangerous. Even though Kodokan made him look stupid. And Kodokan is weak as fuck in 11. And even X, he is weak as hell. It's so weird how weak he is. I just, NetherRealm, y'all gotta do better with Goro. I want to see him have a better story. If we cannot get, we cannot get a better looking Goro in general, do him writing the story. But we were running out of time. We 27 minutes in. We actually overstepped our boundaries talking about this. I was supposed to take 5 to 10 minutes. It went from 5 to 10 to 10 to 15, from 15 to 20. And the rest is history. Well, that's the motherfucking show. I'm very passionate about Goro because he had a big place in my heart and love for Mortal Kombat. My whole shtick with playing this game was trying to get to the sub bosses, and after you got to the sub bosses, the regular bosses were always easier. I get this point, all this fucking armor, why didn't they add Motaro? You know, was it because they didn't want to make a new move set for him? Like, they should have just added Motaro. Motaro wears armor. Sure, the orange and black would clash with the red designed armor that they got, but it would be way more fitting for, did I say Motaro? For Kentaro. Kentaro. The orange Shokin. It would be more fitting for Kentaro to wear this clothing if I didn't say Kentaro. But, yeah. Way more fitting for Kentaro because Kentaro actually wears armor in his original design. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I don't have much else to say. Maybe one day I want to talk about the lore behind Goro. But I just, oh my gosh, they just do him so bad, y'all. He deserves a lot more. They do him so bad. Hope y'all have a good day.